Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Naresh Magu and with me is Nipunika Shahid with the evening news. The headlines. NDA's presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu files a nomination in presence of Prime Minister Modi, several union ministers and chief ministers of BJP-ruled states. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Schloss-Elmau, Germany on Sunday for the G7 summit. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari approves draft GSR notification to introduce Bharat New Car Assessment Program for ensuring passenger safety. Political stalemate in Maharashtra continues. Rebel Sena MLAs authorize Eknath Shinde to take future course of action. Jammu and Kashmir to host G20 summit next year. India dispatches 27 tons of emergency relief to earthquake-ravaged Afghanistan. Senior IPS officer Tapan Kumar Deka appointed Director of Intelligence Bureau. Retired IAS officer Parameshwaran Iyer is new Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog. Prime Minister to share his thoughts with people in the country and abroad in the 90th episode of Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio on Sunday. FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup to be held in India from 11th October to 30th October. Sports Minister Anurag Thakur welcomes all 16 teams to India. And in Ranjit Trophy final, Madhya Pradesh set to gain lead in the first innings over Mumbai at the end of Day 3 at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru. NDA's presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu today filed her nomination at the Parliament House complex. She filed her nomination in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Ministers Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah and Nitin Gadkari, BJP President JP Nadda and Chief Ministers of BJP and NDA-ruled states along with leaders of NDA allies. Ms. Murmu filed 4 sets of nomination papers. Besides the Prime Minister, Union Ministers Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah and BJP President JP Nadda are among the signatories on the nomination papers. Before filing the nomination papers, Union Minister of Coal, Mines and Parliamentary Affairs, Shri Prahlad Joshi, said that Ms. Draupadi Murmu's candidature is one of the best selections in the history of India.
सब वर्ग से हमको कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पद में बिठाना ये हमारा प्रधानमंत्री जी का बहुत बड़ा सोच है। इसी कारण ऐसे अच्छे अच्छे निर्णय पहले भी हुआ है, आज भी हुआ है, आगे भी होते रहेंगे। और जैसे श्रीमती द्रौपदी तो बेस्ट कैंडिडेट है, डाउन टू अर्थ है और एकदम लोगों से जुड़े हुए नेत्री है। इसलिए मैं समझता हूँ दिस इज द वन ऑफ द बेस्ट सिलेक्शन इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंडिया।
Several parties, including Janata Dal United, Odisha's ruling Biju Janata Dal, and Andhra Pradesh's ruling YSR Congress Party, have extended support to the NDA presidential nominee. Opposition candidate Yashwant Sinha will file his nomination on the 27th of this month. The last date for filing of nominations is the 29th of June. Polls will be held on 18th July, and counting of votes will be taken up on 21st of next month. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu today administered the oath to 5 newly elected members of the Rajya Sabha. Members from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Odisha took oath in the Rajya Sabha's chamber. Niranjan Reddy Sirgapur and Raigar Krishnaya from Andhra Pradesh, Damodar Rao Devakonda and B. Parthasarthi Reddy from Telangana and Niranjan Bishi from Odisha took the oath. Niranjan Bishi has been elected to Rajya Sabha in the by-election to fill the casual vacancy caused in Rajya Sabha due to the resignation of Subhash Chandra Singh. Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha Harivansh, Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs V. Muralidharan and Secretary General Rajya Sabha were also present on the occasion.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be visiting Schloss-Elmau, Germany on Sunday for the G7 summit at the invitation of Chancellor of Germany Olaf Scholz. Briefing media in New Delhi, Foreign Secretary Vinay Mohan Kwatra said, besides India, Germany has also invited Argentina, Indonesia, Senegal and South Africa to the summit. He said during the visit, the Prime Minister will hold bilateral meetings with the leaders of G7 and guest countries.
The Prime Minister will hold bilateral meetings and discussions with the leaders of the G7 as also the guest countries on the sidelines of the G7 summit. Prime Minister is also scheduled to have an interaction with the Indian diaspora at a community event during his stay in Germany for the G7 summit.
The Foreign Secretary said after attending the G7 summit, the Prime Minister will be travelling to United Arab Emirates.
Prime Minister will be travelling to United Arab Emirates on 28th of June to pay personal condolences on the passing away of His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the former UAE President and Abu Dhabi ruler. This will be Prime Minister's first meeting at the same time with His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan since his election as the new President of the UAE and the ruler of Abu Dhabi.
Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari has approved the draft GSR notification to introduce Bharat NCAP New Car Assessment Program, wherein automobiles in India shall be accorded star ratings based upon their performance in crash tests. In a series of tweets, Mr. Gadkari said, Bharat NCAP will serve as a consumer-centric platform, allowing customers to opt for safer cars based upon their star ratings, while promoting a healthy competition among original equipment manufacturers, OEMs, in India to manufacture safer vehicles.
Indian Railways has taken steps to bring commercial earning and non-fare revenue contracts under the ambit of electronic auction through Indian Railway e-procurement system IREPS in line with the prevailing e-auction of scrap sale. Railways Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw today launched e-auction for commercial earning non-fare revenue contracts in New Delhi today. This will not only increase Railways earnings but will also bolster efforts being taken by the government for ease of doing business. In Maharashtra, the prevailing political situation post-rebellion of MLAs from the Shiva Sena continues to remain uncertain even after 4 days. The rebel Sena MLAs camping at a 5-star hotel in Guwahati today authorized Eknath Shinde to take any future decisions with regard to the new faction led by the State Urban Affairs Minister. Consequent to Eknath Shinde's claim that he is getting support of more MLAs from his estranged party, one more Sena MLA, Dilip Lande, reached Radisson Blu Hotel in Guwahati, where the legislators have been camping since the 21st of this month. A report.
With no signs of abatement on the prevailing political turmoil in Maharashtra, NCP Chief Sharad Pawar, Prafull Patel, Ajit Pawar and Jayant Patil are meeting Shiv Sena leader Uddhav Thackeray at his private residence in suburban Bandra. The meeting assumes great importance as it is for the second time in last 4 days. Sharad Pawar is meeting Uddhav Thackeray in person after Eknath Shinde and other dissidents left to Guwahati via Surat, revolting against the Sena leadership. Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray today held review meetings with divisional commissioners, district collectors, municipal commissioners and secretaries of different departments in the state secretariat. In these meetings, he said that the state administration should not stop in the times of uncertainty. The BJP has, however, raised objections on the series of government resolutions that were issued by the state government in last 2 days and has sought the intervention of Governor Bhagat Singh Koshari. Leader of opposition in Legislative Council, Praveen Darekar, alleged that the government has issued 160 GRs in last 48 hours. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
The 14th edition of the virtual BRICS summit hosted by China has come to a close with the Beijing Declaration. The declaration says that the BRICS countries support talks between Russia and Ukraine. They discussed concerns over the humanitarian situation in and around Ukraine and expressed support for the United Nations, the UN agencies and Red Cross to provide humanitarian assistance. The BRICS declaration also stated that terrorism should not be associated with any religion, nationality, civilization or ethnic group. The summit called for finalization and adoption of the Comprehensive Convention on International Terrorism within the UN framework. The member nations called for policy coordination for economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. The BRICS countries agreed to promote consumer protection in e-commerce. They agreed to strengthen exchanges and cooperation in trade and services. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his virtual address, emphasized that mutual cooperation among BRICS member countries can make a useful contribution in the global post-COVID recovery. He said the side effects of the COVID pandemic may have come down, but its effects are still visible on the global economy.
Jammu and Kashmir will host the 2023 meetings of the G20, an influential group of the world's major economies. The J&K government has set up a 5-member high-level committee for overall coordination of G20 meetings to be held in the Union Territory. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal was appointed as India's Sherpa for the G20 in September 2021. India has dispatched 27 tons of emergency relief assistance in 2 flights for the people of Afghanistan in the wake of the tragic earthquake. The relief assistance consists of essential items including family-ridge tents, sleeping bags, blankets and sleeping mats. The relief consignment will be handed over to the United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs and Afghan Red Crescent Society in Kabul. The External Affairs Ministry said, as always, India stands in solidarity with the people of Afghanistan, with whom it shares centuries-old ties and remains firmly committed to provide immediate relief assistance for the Afghan people. Meanwhile, Afghanistan government has said that the death toll following Wednesday's devastating earthquake in Paktika and coast provinces has risen to about 1,100 and the number of injured has risen to 1,600.
Senior IPS officer Tapan Kumar Deka has been appointed Director of Intelligence Bureau. 1988 batch IPS officer of Himachal Pradesh cadre, Mr. Deka is presently Special Director of the Intelligence Bureau. His tenure will be for 2 years. Retired IAS officer and former Drinking Water and Sanitation Secretary Parameshwaran Iyer has been appointed as the new Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur has hailed the Supreme Court's decision dismissing a petition challenging the SIT report on post-Godhra violence, stating that Satyamev Jayate, truth only triumphs. Senior BJP leader Ravi Shankar Prasad has also hailed the Supreme Court's decision dismissing a petition challenging the SIT report on post-Godhra violence.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. NDA's presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu files her nomination in presence of Prime Minister Modi, several union ministers and chief ministers of BJP-ruled states. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Schloss Elmau, Germany on Sunday for G7 summit. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari approves draft GSR notification to introduce Bharat New Car Assessment Program for ensuring passenger safety. Political stalemate in Maharashtra continues. Rebel Sena MLAs authorize Eknath Shinde to take future course of action. Jammu and Kashmir to host G20 summit next year. India dispatches 27 tons of emergency relief to earthquake-ravaged Afghanistan. Senior IPS officer Tapan Kumar Deka, appointed Director of Intelligence Bureau. Retired IAS officer Parameshwaran Iyer is new Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog. Prime Minister to share his thoughts with people in the country and abroad in 90th episode of Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio on Sunday. FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup to be held in India from 11th October to 30th October. Sports Minister Anurag Thakur welcomes all 16 teams to India. And in the Ranji Trophy final, Madhya Pradesh set to gain lead in the first innings over Mumbai at the end of Day 3 at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at @AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
कंपटीशन की अगर आप कर रहे हैं तैयारी, तो उनके लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो पर हम लाए हैं अभ्यास, एक ऐसा कार्यक्रम जिसमें आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल करेंगे abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर और हमारे विशेषज्ञ देंगे इसका जवाब। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
President Ramnath Kovind inaugurated an upgraded Ayush Wellness Center in the President Estate in New Delhi today. During the inauguration ceremony, Union Minister of Ayush Sarbananda Sonowal, Union Minister of State for Ayush Munjapara Mahendra Bhai Kalubhai, and other dignitaries were present. First Lady Savita Kovind also graced the inauguration ceremony. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio on Sunday. It will be the 90th episode of the monthly radio program. The program will be broadcast on the entire network of All India Radio and Doordarshan, AIR News website, and News on AIR mobile app. It will also be live streamed on the YouTube channels of AIR News, DD News, PMO, and Information and Broadcasting Ministry. And now, let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle.
We remember nationalist historian Vishwanath Kashinath Rajwade, who was born on the 24th of June 1863 in Ravaged district of Maharashtra. Popularly known as Itihasacharya Rajwade, Vishwanath is considered to be one of the first historians to undertake an immense research of glorious Maratha history by visiting hundreds of villages and historical places all over India and gathering thousands Rajwade was greatly influenced by scholarly teachers like Ramakrishna Gopal Bhandarkar, Vishnu Shastri Krishna Shastri Chipronkar, lexicographer, Parshuram Tatya Godbole, and Kavya Itihas Sangrahakar Sane. However, he was a big critic of the model of higher education in India, which, according to him, did not help original thinking or research.
Rajwade did not seek British employment, which he considered was indirect slavery. He started translating world classics in Marathi and started a monthly called Bhashantar. Through the magazine, he brought works of Western philosophers and scholars such as Plato, Aristotle and Edward Gibbon, and also Indian scholars like Shankaracharya in Marathi.
Rajwade was a rare combination of a researcher, history grammarian, social scientist and etymologist. He was unhappy with Maratha history books written by British historians that tried to establish conquerors' view of subjugated people. Rajwade wanted to present an unbiased point of view. To this end, he toured the whole of Maharashtra region and studied art, architecture, iconography, social life, language, literature, customs and folk traditions of the region. He published 22 volumes of Marathancha Itihasachi Sadhane, sources of the history of Marathas.
He got the oldest commentary on Gyaneshwari and brought out its earliest grammatical form. He edited Radha Madhav Vilas Champu by Jairam Pindye, dating to Chhatrapati Shivaji's father's time, which has special bearing on the history of contemporary Karnataka. He explored etymology, the study of the origin of words, and discovered several old rituals and practices.
In 1910, Rajwade founded Bharat Itihas Sanshodhak Mandal at Pune and kept all his works and historical papers in the custody of the Mandal. A sage-like scholar known for austere habits and long hours of work and incessant travelling, Rajwade died on the 31st of December 1921. AIR News salutes the great nationalist. We also remember Martyr Ranjit Singh, who was born on the 24th of June 1924 at Ludhiana, Punjab. Initially, Singh served in the British Indian Army, but joined the Indian National Army in 1942 in Singapore and served as sepoy in the Gandhi Brigade. Ranjit Singh confronted the Allied forces in Arakan, Myanmar and died fighting them in 1944. AIR News salutes the brave son of the soil.
We also remember Kamruddin Khan, who participated in the First War of Indian Independence.
Khan was captured by company troops in the course of their attacks and put on trial for aiding and abetting the rebellion against the British. He was sentenced to imprisonment for 10 years with hard labour in iron. Kamruddin Khan died in captivity on the 24th of June 1859 in the Andaman Islands. We salute the brave son of the soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
The News Services Division of All India Radio will bring an interview with India's pre-eminent cephalologist and chairman and managing director of Axis My India Limited, Pradeep Gupta, tonight. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu released a book, Modi at 20, Dreams Meet Delivery, last month. The book is a compilation of 21 articles by 22 domain experts, bringing out various aspects of the thinking and performance of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in various domains as Chief Minister of Gujarat and later as Prime Minister of India. Mr. Gupta, who contributed a chapter, Changing Elections and Electioneering Forever, in the book, discussed the themes of his chapter in the book with AIR News.
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये सुनिश्चित किया कि टेक्नोलॉजी को सबसे फोर फ्रंट पे रखने की जरूरत है। यदि हमको ग्लोबल मार्केट में या ग्लोबल सिनारियो में सरवाइव करना है तो बिना टेक्नोलॉजी के आप नहीं कर सकते हैं। आप यदि अमेरिका देखते हैं जहां भी है आज, तो उसका सबसे बड़ा श्रेय टेक्नोलॉजी। उन्होंने मैन्युफैक्चरिंग तो बहुत पहले बंद कर दी। तो इन सब मामलों में मोदी जी की जो समझ है, टेक्नोलॉजी को उन्होंने सबसे अधिक प्राथमिकता दी है। टेक्नोलॉजी से वो जानते हैं कि ट्रांसपेरेंसी भी आती है, स्पीड भी आती है और काम पक्का होता है।
This interview can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. The News Services Division of All India Radio will bring the next episode of special series Jammu Kashmir Ek Nayi Subha in the Spotlight section tonight. This episode is titled Shri Amarnath Ji Yatra Utsah aur Umang and will focus on the various aspects of the upcoming Shri Amarnath Ji Yatra scheduled to begin from the 30th of this month. This special program can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:15 p.m. onwards.
बर्फ से ढके पहाड़,
हवा के साथ झूमते चीड़ चिनार,
झीलों पर तैरते शिकारे,
हरी भरी घाटियों के दिलकश नजारे।
आकाशवाणी समाचार आपके लिए लेकर आया है जम्मू कश्मीर विशेष श्रृंखला एक नई सुबह।
हम बात करते हैं विकास की, निवेश की,
पर्यटन की, संस्कृति की
और रोज हो रहे बदलावों की। FM गोल्ड पर सुनिए हर शुक्रवार रात 9:15 पर आकाशवाणी समाचार की विशेष प्रस्तुति
जम्मू कश्मीर एक नई सुबह।
Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Thakur has said it is a matter of great pride and responsibility for India to host its first ever FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. In a video message today, Mr. Thakur welcomed all 16 teams to India.
To all these teams, I welcome you all to our beautiful and vibrant nation. May you mesmerize the audience when you come to India. This is a special tournament for women's sport in our country, as we firmly believe this event will inspire more young women to make sports a gender-inclusive playing field. Looking forward to your visit and looking forward to welcoming you all.
FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup is scheduled to be held in India from the 11th to the 30th of October this year. India have been placed in Group A with the USA, Morocco and Brazil. India's first match will be against the USA on the 11th of October, which will be played at Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. The matches will be played at Kalinga Stadium in Odisha, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Goa, and D.Y. Patil Stadium in Navi Mumbai. The final of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup will be played in Navi Mumbai on 30th October. In the Ranji Trophy final, Madhya Pradesh were 368 for the loss of 3 wickets in their first innings against Mumbai at the end of Day 3. Yash Dubey made a valuable contribution of 133 runs, while Shubham Sharma also scored a century, featuring in the second wicket partnership of 222 runs. Madhya Pradesh are on the verge of taking a crucial lead over Mumbai, which may be a decider in this final clash. The Sensex and the Nifty today gained around 1%. Here is a report from our business desk.
Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange climbed 462 points, a 0.88% to finish at 52,728. Nifty at the National Stock Exchange added 142 points, a 0.92% to settle at 15,699. In the foreign exchange market, the rupee weakened by 3 paise against the US dollar. The domestic currency was trading at 78 rupees and 34 paise against the American unit. And oil prices rose more than 1.5%. In intraday trade, Brent crude was trading at $111.90 per barrel. Arjun Chaudhary for AIR News.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has greeted the Foundation Day of Bundi, a land of glorious history and glorious heritage. He said that many tales of valor have been written on this land of Veer Kumbha and Hadi Rani. The people of Bundi are always dedicated towards the service of the nation and humanity. Shri Birla said it is a matter of pride for him to have the opportunity to serve the great city of Bundi. The historical city of Bundi, popularly known as Choti Kashi, is celebrating its 781st Foundation Day today.
And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is expected to have a partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature will be around 26 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be 40 degrees. Mumbai will have a generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. The minimum temperature will be 24 degrees Celsius and maximum will be 32 degrees. Kolkata will have a generally cloudy sky. Chennai will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. The minimum temperature will be 27 degrees Celsius and maximum 35 degrees. Srinagar, Muzaffarabad and Jammu will have a mainly clear sky. Leh and Gilgit will have a mainly clear sky. Hyderabad, Bengaluru and Thiruvananthapuram will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In the northeast, Guwahati, Imphal and Aizawl will have a partly cloudy sky with possibility of development of thunder lightning. Shillong, Itanagar and Gangtok will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rains or thunder showers.
And now, before we end the bulletin, here are the headlines once again. NDA's presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu files her nomination in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, several union ministers and chief ministers of BJP-ruled states. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Schloss Elmau in Germany on Sunday for the G7 summit. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari approves the draft GSR notification to introduce Bharat New Car Assessment Program NCAP for ensuring passenger safety. Political stalemate in Maharashtra continues. Rebel Sena MLAs authorize Eknath Shinde to take future course of action. Jammu and Kashmir to host the G20 summit next year. India dispatches 27 tons of emergency relief to the earthquake-ravaged Afghanistan. Senior IPS officer Tapan Kumar Deka appointed Director of Intelligence Bureau. Retired IAS officer Parameshwaran Iyer is new Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog. Prime Minister to share his thoughts with people in the country and abroad in the 90th episode of Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio on Sunday. FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup to be held in India from the 11th to the 30th of October. Sports Minister Anurag Thakur welcomes all 16 teams to India. And in the Ranji Trophy final, Madhya Pradesh set to gain lead in the first innings over Mumbai at the end of Day 3 at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.